I'm Gary Schotten, and today we're going to talk about the spiral up. Spiral up. And what do I mean by that? Well, you know, if you've ever watched something, an event, or people, or basically life in general, you'll see that they are either growing and gaining traction, they're gaining position, they're gaining wealth, they're gaining status, they're staking, and so their life is spiraling in a very positive direction. There's not a jump up, it's a spiral. It's around, kind of around again, the next year just slightly higher, and then I've been able to watch and talk to some people that had some kind of extra initiative or extra funding, and man, they could spiral up really fast, but they're continuing to spiral up in their lives and in their personal finances. And then there's other people I'm around, and when I'm around them very long at all, I start seeing that they're actually on a spiral down. Their life is not totally out of control, but if they are not careful, their life is in a direction that every year is just a little bit worse than the previous year. The cars are a little bit older, they're breaking down a little bit easier, they're breaking down more often than the washing machine breaks when they didn't expect it. They're out on the limb, they don't have what we would call margin in their life. You know, if you have a printed paper on any kind of a white sheet of paper, you have the ability to change what's called the margins on both sides of the paper. And so if you have too little of margin, you know, that doesn't print right, well, that's true with our lives. How much margin do we have in our life so that we can handle the bumps that come to all of us? Some people, again, are spiraling down, and a bump hits them hard, and now they're in catastrophic situation. They're actually spiraling out of control. It's said that a fairly high percentage of Americans, anyway, I know this is for all around the world looks at America and thinks we are all rich and everything is going well, but we're pretty financed. In other words, we owe a lot of money as a nation and as a people group. So something can happen in a person's life, like a major health issue or a loss of job or something significant like that, and their spiral down just accelerates. It's said that many people are just one paycheck away from living on the street. I've had friends, I've had acquaintances that lost their house. They had no place to sleep. And in one case, it was very awkward, but the person, the single parent, actually had the family living in the van, and they went into the local stores to use the bathroom and slept in the van for several months. That's a spiral down. Well, let's talk about business. You in your business, you should be able to look back from just a small distance back, not too far back, look as from an overview and ask yourself, am I spiraling up or am I spiraling down? Up means I'm able to pay my bills just a little bit faster than the week before or the month before. I'm able to take a little bit of money out and put it in my reserve, my margin, my savings account for my company. That's different than your personal. I'm able to have some equipment that I could actually buy cash rather than borrow for that equipment. That's a company that's spiraling up. And we are wanting to be that kind of a company. Now, obviously the other is true, that when someone as a company is spiraling down, they don't have the money. I have a situation with a company that we work closely or a little bit with. It's a peripheral company in our similar business, and they've called me several times because they needed paid early. They did work for us because they have no money to buy materials for their next job. They have no money to fix their equipment. It's a company that's spiraling down, and what do I want to do? I've got to stay away from that company. I can't depend on them. They're nice people, but I can't rest because I don't know when it's going to spiral out of control to the end. Well, I want our company, AutoTurn Manufacturing, I'm sitting here in my company, and I know that we have seasons and cycles. That's another subject. But I know that we are spiraling up. We're spiraling up. I just faced a situation of about 15, 18 months of low economy, low business, down about 40% from our normal sales. And we were not spiraling down. We were not going up much, but we were spiraling up slowly. But as we came to the end of that cycle, we're in a position to really gain traction, to gain business. And so we're on a heavy ramp up right now, and we're spiraling up pretty quickly. What did I do? Even before I had a full vision, I took the face step and gave major reviews, major pay increases for virtually everyone in our company, 50 people. It had been a while since they'd had a raise, and so I purposed to not just give them a small little bitty incremental increase. I wanted to give them a significant enough that they had what I would call a wow factor. That's really good. But I asked for them in that raise, my workers did. I said, I need your help now, because what pays for that raise is for you to be more efficient, and we're providing the systems and policies and procedures for you to step in and help us be more efficient. I'm telling you, we're spiraling up. We're spiraling up as a company with our employees. We're paying more than we did before by quite a bit. It was a little lag, 2 to 3 years, that some of them not had a raise. And we made that jump, and they're on board, and they're now very interested. They were good before. We had a good team, but they're really looking for us how to save money by reducing expenses. They're coming up with ideas. And I've already told them that that raise that I gave him in the last 2 or 3 months is not the last one. I'm of a mind that if we can continue to spiral up, we'll be in more and more demand, higher and higher quality, better and better employees, more revenue to pay raises again. I will intend to spiral up another notch or two until my personal goal is to pay every single position in our company at 20% higher than the norm in our region. I don't compare with somebody else on hundreds of miles from here, because we have a particular economy. But if you want to go to work for AutoTurn, my company, you're going to go at a high return for your services to our company. And you're going to be expected to produce at a higher than normal rate without being beat over the head and criticized to get there. So I encourage you as a business to look at your business and say, hey, am I spiraling up? Am I spiraling down? If I'm spiraling down, what do I do to stop the free fall? Where do I get past that? And normally it is to trim back on what you're doing, not grow. You can't grow into more efficiency. But if you're spiraling up, keep that spiral going. Keep it going up, 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 up. And I tell you what, you're going to have a company not only that's profitable, if you ever want to sell it, you're going to have a wonderfully good opportunity to sell your business. Thanks you for listening. Hope you'll tune in to IBB Talks. I hope you'll spread the word that we're here to inspire better business. Thank you very much.